More Netflix! Even though this is clearly Disney, but more! Irony. So I re-recorded this because I said major spoilers, but I like this because this, alongside one other, is sort of building towards the Defenders, because at this point... What? It's okay. Yep. Because at this point, and by the way, anything in these series I am going to consider part of season, it's a bit weird, but so they're not spoilers. So, Daredevil Season 1, Jessica Jones Season 1, Daredevil Season 2, Luke Cage Season 1, and Iron Fist Season... No, not Iron Fist. Iron Fist hasn't happened yet. I know it's weird, but they sort of intermingle. But I'm not going to say too much of it now. The only thing that I do like, and some people have said, I don't know who, I don't remember the YouTuber, I really don't, because I am an idiot. But it's one of those things where Season 1 of... I literally just said it. Daredevil has, obviously, you have King Fist, who has, and I think they pointed out, he has a physical opponent who you have to fight and combat. And then you have Kilgrave, which because of his mind abilities is a lot more psychological. But, and here's where the spoiler part comes in, one thing I like with this one is you get a villain that is built up, and then dies. And I like that. Because it's like, this is a situation where, like, you feel like this is going to happen, and then one of the villains, because all of the villains are, here is a villain with this big motivation. Like, none of the previous people who are the big sort of problems didn't die. Even in Daredevil Season 2, King Fist was around until the end, Kilgrave was around until the end, and then he died. And then you have the Hand, or the ideology discussion that you have between the Punisher and Daredevil in Season 2, but none of them, besides the Punisher, but that's more, he's still having a moral debate over that. But overall, it's still sort of like, he's around, and this is like, nope, he's dead. And I like it because it shows that, like, in this area that has people with different goals, having him die. And when you see the people, like, analyze this, that, and the other, it's really interesting and really fun. Again, I like Luke Cage. I didn't watch too much of Luke Cage. I remember bits of it. I don't know how much I did actually watch of it. Because I remember his whole backstory. Because I remember all of that and all the visuals of that. Again, I watched some of these, but not all of them. And I forgot most of it. I just came back to this because Daredevil Born Again. And then I finished Daredevil Born Again because of Screen Crush. And I wanted to finish that. There is a couple of series that I'm doing right now that I haven't watched. And I don't get because it's a series I don't get. But this I did. So I did watch it before they did the analyzing. And this I didn't. So I didn't. So this is me catching up with stuff I should have known by the time I watched Daredevil Born Again, but don't think about that too much. But yeah, I think this is interesting and overall good. I love the character. I love everything about this. I find this fun. I'm interested in Season 2 because I know roughly what it's about, but I don't know how they're going to do it, and that's why I'm excited. So yeah. So I hope you enjoy, and good night. One of the Marvel Netflix series is over. Let's do this. So yeah, Luke Cage. So in Marvel Netflix, you kind of had 5 main series and then one midway through, sort of like a combined series. You had Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, and if I'm correct, Iron Fist. I don't know if it's Danny Rand or Iron Fist because sometimes. Anyway, Iron Fist. Those 4 series. You also get the Punisher, but besides interacting with Daredevil, that doesn't really connect much. But this is because Daredevil gets 3 series, and there is a series coming up later, which is canonically later than this. You have Jessica Jones, which has 1 more series left. You have Iron Fist, which has 1 more series left. You still have The Punisher, which has 1 more series left. And Defenders only had 1 series. So this is the first one out of those groups of like Netflix Marvel that is finished. And did I think it did a good job? Because what I've heard is that this isn't liked as much. A lot of people don't like this. Which, okay, fair. But overall, I like it. It's fun. It's cool. But the one thing I do know, and I am going this slightly spoiled with something else, is that one, Danny Rand or Iron Fist is in this series for a bit. I think it's not that much, 2 episodes, so not a majority of the series, but it is still cool and it is still fun. And at the end of this, which I think gets him, Luke Cage and Danny Rand in a bit of a fight, the person who's now in charge of sort of like the club, that was sort of like the main sort of like confrontation between season 1 and season 2, is Luke Cage, which I think is a fun idea. It's really cool. And how that worked with what's happened in this one is definitely fun. So yeah, this is definitely worth watching. It's so fun and so entertaining. So yeah, the next this stuff. Nothing more to add about this, but yeah. And now, Simpsons. Yeah, this has been a while, but yeah, Simpsons. So yeah.